Bruce Hunter, and my artist name is Zion I. Yes and no. When I do it, I do it. Um, but my job, I work for a Department of Homeland Security as a uh, graphic designer. My studio is in my living room, um, and that was my wife's attempt to alleviate me from uh, disappearing from the rest of the family. Um, so that was her remedy for that issue. And so yes, my studio is in my living room. All my work is there. No, I don't. I would, but it doesn't. Um, Selling it is just not a high priority for me. I don't have a website, even, although I do have social media. I'm not always on it. It's just one of those things where I'm just not into social media, staring at a computer all day. I don't live on my phone. So that stuff is somewhat alien these days to me. And I've got caught a little flack from some of my friends because I don't live on my phone anymore. They all do, and I don't. Uh, well, I was proud to attend. Um, I appreciate that topic of discussion because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's been a big thing in my life for a long time. And I think it's a natural thing, and some people are better at hiding it than others. And maybe they make fun of other people with those issues, but I think it's an important topic of discussion, and and um, and people need to realize that it's a normal thing. Not that it's a good thing, but it is a normal thing, and there are ways to deal with it. Well, I'm prior service, so it's going to be there. A lot of prior service people, folks that served, um, they dealing with it every day. I have an uncle. He sleeps on the floor. Uh, it's not easy to deal with mental illness, especially PTSD in particular. There's lots of um, other conditions, but PTSD, it's rough to deal with. And like I said, me being prior service, I deal with it myself. It's not like I'm ashamed of it or anything. It just is what it is. Me, myself, and I, perhaps my mother. Uh, she's pretty familiar with the DSM-5 manual. So, uh, but for the most part, myself and movies and music. Well, when I was told to enter a chair in this event, I couldn't find any relationship with mental illness and chair other than the fact that I sit in it whenever I meditate. So I said, okay, let me do that. Uh, Now, I had my initial entry didn't make it because it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So this was also an entry. But this one, um, the colors that I use, the fact that it's a hand that's supporting me when I'm sitting and meditating, when things get hard, you know, the colors that I use were inspired by some of the Vedic texts from the violet blue beings, uh, many, various texts that were really wise. A lot of our scripture probably came from some of these violet blue beings, otherworldly. I would think, because I don't see any violet blue nothing around here. So I really couldn't tell you anything real significant about it. I mean, I just thought maybe like, why just make a regular chair? Why, it's got to be a hand or something. I mean, you find chairs. You can go to Marlow and find a chair. You can go to a junkyard and find a chair. So I said, nah, I want to do something different. If it's going to be a chair, it's going to be a hand or something supporting me, like it's holding me. I have some work where, I do a lot of open hands with suspended objects. So I figured, why not do a hand with me sitting in the hand instead of a suspended object or something like that. It'll be my thoughts that are suspended with me sitting in the chair. So yeah, that's why I chose the hand. I would like to see a lot more people engage. It's just so, I mean, I think it's an interesting thing to observe other people's thoughts and concepts and their creation. They'll tell a story about who they are, where they come from, and perhaps even how they think and function. All that is really interesting to me, just to see other people. We are so closed off these days, and everything is such a big secret. Well, actually, I can't really say that because everybody's got all their business on social media. But as far as real, stuff with substance, everybody talks about the wrong stuff. I would like to see what's really going on in people's minds and things like that. I just think it's interesting. That's another reason why I engage. I think a lot of people engage in movies and things like that because you can, even though it's a play, it's based off of reality. It's it's fake, but it's based off of real life. So I think people would, I would enjoy seeing other people engage in a project like this. I think this is a good thing.